In this video we are doing a performance review of these. The very pink Saucony Endorphin Speed 3. What is up everybody and welcome to the River Lee. It's a warm day down here on the river, but it is beautiful. There's a nice breeze which is kind of helping, but it is hard work. I'm just out here doing 6 miles today. So the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3. What an incredible shoe. So hopefully by now you've seen some of the videos we made about the shoe. We did a sort of first impressions video. There's some other stuff with the shoe as well. But I wanted to come back and let you know how I've been getting on with it. We're over 50 miles now and use it in my rotation, and I'm 40 miles plus now a week, probably more like 50 miles a week. But yes, I've been using the Endorphin Speed 3 a lot in my training rotation because I train for the London and Amsterdam Marathon. Where do we start? Okay, look, before we get on to how it's been, where we've been using it, performing and all that sort of stuff, let's quickly do a real quick refresh of the stats and features. Right, so this version of the Saucony Endorphin Speed, they tweaked it a little bit. The main part of the shoe, the Power Run PB midsole remains, which is a soft but explosive, maybe it's a little bit strong, but it's a high rebound compound that really helps you out. That combined with something they've got called speed roll technology, which is moving you through your stride, which is real nice, and you get that. It's got a nylon plate in it, TPU plate, so it's not rigid compared to a carbon plate. So you're getting the bounce back from the plate, but you don't have the rigidity of a carbon plate in it, which is great. So it gives you a few more options in terms of using it for different things. And I feel, come on to it, but it just gives you a little bit more, what's the best word? It's just a little bit more friendly to use in terms of as a training shoe. We've got 8mm drop, 165 quid. It's got a new winged plate on it. So out of the corner or the side of the plate, you sort of, oh, we're going to get in a jungle here, but you've got sort of two sides to the plate that stick out on either side of the shoe, and what that does, that basically creates a slightly more stable platform, because the issues of the first two are some stability issues with the Power Run PB, and that plate has been changed to try and alleviate some of that movement. That combined with a slightly wider footprint, heel and front of the shoe, just gives out a little bit more of a stable ride, which is noticeable. And again, I'll come on to that in a bit. Weight wise, it's under 9 ounces. In my UK 9.5, I think it's about 8.7 from memory. Fits true to size. Got a new upper on it, which is, I would say, a little bit warmer than the previous version, but the reason they've done that again is to create some structure in the upper as well to help some of those mild stability issues. I think that's it in terms of stats and features that I can remember while I'm running along here. One thing I didn't mention is the outsole. The rubber's been improved. The outsole on first two versions and on the Shift and on the Pro was useless in greasy conditions. This has been improved. I mean, you may be able to hear it as I'm going along this gravel, but it's providing plenty of grip along here. So the outsole's also been improved with a much hardier rubber on the outsole. Right, okay, so the shoe, I've been using it for everything, right? And that is the biggest selling point of this shoe. You can use it for everything. So, recovery run, easy 6 miles today. Thanks very much. Progressive run, did one yesterday in the shoes. Went out, first, whatever it was, turned around, gunned it back. The shoe gave me that option. It's great on race day. You can use it for a half marathon. It's a good training shoe for those speedier sessions. Again, I'm looking at this like you've got one shoe, people, that you're not in a position where you can have multiple shoes, because 165 quid's a lot of money, right? So it does all of those things really well. So for me, like I said, I think in the first video, I'm able to use this shoe, which is why it's so good, and why I can't recommend it enough for you, is it can do literally everything really, really well. You can pick up the paces, you can ease off, you can put it through a hard session, you can put it through a long run. It literally eats everything that's thrown at it. It really is one of the best, most capable shoes I've ever run in. The changes they made to the shoe have been positive. It's definitely a more stable ride. I particularly struggled with the Run Shield version of the Speed being too soft. The tweaks they've made to this version really have improved it. From my side, don't know about you, let me know in the comments, but from my side it's a massive improvement in the overall ride of it. You just feel like, I don't know, I've just got more confidence in the shoe that, you know, my legs ain't gonna hurt at the end of the run because it's been a little bit too unstable at those lower paces. The first two shoes were always good at the higher paces, but lower speed, they did make that pronation a little bit worse than it needed to be. But with this shoe, for me, they definitely tweaked it and improved it. So is this trainer the best daily trainer? I'd say no. I think a daily trainer is probably a little bit more of a certain box, but what this trainer is, or what this shoe is, it's the best running shoe period, because it can do your daily trainer miles, your speed sessions, your long runs, your race day, go to the gym, all the Tesco's. It literally does everything because of the flexibility of the plate, because of the power run PB being a little bit more stable now with the tweaks they made to it. It really is a shoe for everybody. It can do everything, and that's the thing, and that's trying to phrase it the best way. It is the sort of everyday runner's perfect running shoe. It really is. I can't give Saucony, and I bought these myself, right? I didn't get sent them or anything like that, so I'm going to tell you if it's rubbish, but it has shown itself once again in the last few weeks that it is without doubt the best running shoe you can buy, people. So if you are looking for a running shoe this year, have a look at the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3. It absolutely is the best running shoe out there this year.